Imagine if we could tell everyone here that Liberty Mutual customizes car insurance to save people hundreds. All what's this?
Sheldon, what's up? How are you? Sheldon, you got Peter Palmiotti to ink a cover for you? Yeah, that's got to be pretty awesome, especially a guy that's done ink work for the big companies for a long time. That's a hell of a thing. That's not nothing. Patrick, things are fine. Things are just kind of same old, same old. Oh, so Sheldon, so you've actually got that art in hand. That's awesome. I only ever saw like a photo of it, but it looked pretty damn slick. So heck yeah, man. Yeah, Sheldon, I backed it just a little while ago. I spent more money on that one than I have any other Kickstarter before. I'm still kind of beating myself up for spending money, but uh, Karen, yeah, this is my drawing. This is me. But yeah, Sheldon, I got the collection book, and then I got the books that Chuck inked the covers on. I'm kind of bummed out that no one else had bought those yet. And then I just had to get the black and white edition. I'm all about the black and white artwork, and I really, really wanted to see that. So spent like $100. I've never spent that much on a crowdfunder before. Like I said, I'm still kind of like, ugh, I shouldn't have spent that much money. Too late now. It's fine. Yeah, I wanted the black and white, but then I wanted the editions that Chuck inked, and then I wanted the collected edition. So I'm like, son of a. Ugh. I'm like, just, all right. That's fine. I can do this. And it is done. I mean, I guess I could still go in and back out of it. I'm not going to, but whenever I support crowdfunders, I just want the comic. I'm not interested in posters, coasters, stickers. I don't give a shit about digital versions. I do not care about alternate covers. I do not need to collect all the extra tchotchke shit. I just want the comic book. I want to read the story and enjoy it. And but I wanted the covers that Chuck inked. I wanted the collection of them all. And I wanted the damn black and white version. So, all right. Yeah, got me, Isaac. Me and Isaac are actually talking about working on something together creatively. So that might be a thing in the future. So that'll be fun. Yes, Sheldon, 100% agree. Yes, I agree wholeheartedly. Yeah, I like Isaac. I've known him for a long time. He sent me a audio message for my birthday, which he did not have to do. It was really kind of him, and he's like, "We got to work on something, Rob. I got an idea. We got things we could back each other and support each other and kind of make things happen." What I like is, I don't know how to word this without potential. I hope it doesn't sound weird, but like through my channel, I've kind of created a voice that people are listening to, and it's created opportunities where people want to listen to me or talk to me or interact with me because I have a little bit of pull. like on a microscopic level. I don't know how else to word that. I know that might sound really pompous. I don't mean it to sound that way, but I've in the sea of all this shit where people are doing art and comics and trying to get seen and heard, I've found a way to be heard a little bit. Shotgun Scream. What is up? How are you? Well, Sheldon, Isaac is light years ahead of me. I'm not comparing myself to him in the slightest. He has got like he's got a thing going and he's built it for years and he's pretty damn spectacular. I'm just kind of slowly creeping up there a little bit, but it's enough that I can kind of hold my head up and not be embarrassed. But yeah, I mean, he had his crowdfunder fulfilled in minutes. And it's been that way since day one for him from his first crowdfunder a couple of years ago. Like, he sets a goal of $5,000 and like it's within an hour or two, it was at like 12,000. He's got a whole month to go.
Local tax experts are here. Now you can meet with a TurboTax expert in your community. They can do your taxes for you and get you every dollar you deserve. Local tax experts are here. Hand off your taxes.
Hello, how are you, man?
Your morning is shaped in the first 2 minutes, and then everything else just.
Mr. Mello, again, I gotta thank you for that stuff you sent me. I don't, maybe you said something and I just missed it, but I was just kind of expecting the one. Um, but that was really, really cool to see. Even my roommate was, "What's this? This is really cool." I'm like, "I know, right?" Daniel Kilaki. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. You're digging the blue pencil. You keep going back and forth, but you like the way it feels. Yeah, and I usually I don't typically do it the way I do my art now, ink over the blue pencil, but I have done that. Several of the pages, many of the pages in the last volume of the He-Man fan comic were penciled in blue pencil. Then I just went straight to ink on it, and the ink doesn't mess with the it doesn't interact badly with the pencil. It works really well. But yeah, the way that it just kind of glides around the paper so smooth, that's I'm super into it, obviously. So yeah, I hope you're digging it too. Oh yeah, shotgun. It was only a matter of time before somebody brought that up. I honestly didn't hate it, and I was expecting to kind of hate it. I'm kind of okay with it. I mean, we'll see. I've learned to not trust movie trailers. I'll watch them, but I don't trust them in the slightest anymore. But yeah, I'm interested to see what they do with it, and maybe it'll be fun. It looks like fun. That's the thing with the He-Man trailer. Yes, shotgun scream. That would be the worst thing. I mean, it honestly might be. Honestly, we might get that for real. Like, he won't turn into He-Man fully until right at the end. That's probably the case. That follows kind of standard origin movie nonsense. But I'm okay with it to a degree. It's not how I would do it. I would never put Adam on Earth and waste time. Thank you, The Drink. Thank you very, very much. But I don't know. Maybe it'll be a good setup for a good sequel where they just go fully into it, and then we can skip all this, I'm on Earth. I mean, the guy looks pretty good for a Prince Adam He-Man. I mean, I saw some people complaining that he wasn't big enough. I'm like, okay, look. When I think of He-Man, I think of two things: the 80s cartoon and the action figures that were coming out. And those are some of the most gigantic, roided up, super muscular figures I've ever seen ever. And getting an actor to be that big, I mean, you'd have to have someone like Schwarzenegger at his peak. And this actor, like, you're not really going to get an actor to get that big. It's not impossible. I mean, if you look at what Chris Hemsworth did for that last Thor movie, oh my God, was he unbelievably. And yeah, Dolph Lundgren wasn't that big, and Dolph Lundgren was amazing in physically. Huge, great shape, big muscles. He's just not built like that. But yeah, Chris Hemsworth in that last Thor movie, I mean, that guy was jacked beyond jacked. And so it's possible, but, I know we want the characters to look the way they're supposed to, but if the actor gets kind of the emotion right and the writing is good, it'll be fine. Yeah, Sheldon, when I was a kid and saw Dolph, like, he's not big enough. But again, if you, and I know we all know this, I'm not saying anything we don't know, but like, if you were to see Dolph Lundgren in person and see how big and how jacked he is, but and then he had a big cape on him, and I don't know, it just kind of didn't meet our expectations. But the actor seems fine and seems kind of, he's quirky and charismatic, it seems. And, everyone else looks pretty good. Skeletor looks just about as damn good as they should make him look. I mean, he looks like freaking Skeletor. I mean, he's got the skull face. You see Snake Mountain for a minute. That looked correct. So, I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic, right? It would be great if Dolph Lundgren had a cameo somewhere. And it would be kind of a shame if they didn't. And I'll actually be shocked if they don't. I bet you they don't announce it and they don't say it. But maybe he'll be some villager in the background. Or when they're on Earth, they'll pass him and they'll give each other kind of an odd look. But, Dolph Lundgren deserves it. That poor guy, if you kind of know the story, he was just kind of given this huge opportunity. He didn't speak English. He just come off Rocky 4. And he's like given the leading man opportunity. And I bet you they were kind of hoping for a Schwarzenegger type situation. I mean, Schwarzenegger didn't speak the best English when he got started, but the man has charisma off the charts. And that just comes across in Schwarzenegger's movies. And it's all about putting the right actor in the right role. So, in fact, I should do like a video on my channel about the trailer and what I think about it, because considering what I've done. Oh, yeah, or he'll be a relative of his, maybe. Hopefully, Dolph Lundgren will be like Bruce Campbell in the Spider-Man films. That's actually a great idea. Just have him kind of show up and just be some guy that interacts with them for a minute. That's actually a brilliant idea. That would be awesome. Yeah, I'll be back. That became bigger than the movie he was in. It's true. Hey, WSP bro, what's up? You know who I did like seeing in that trailer was frickin' Fisto. I honestly didn't think anyone would put that guy in there. And considering the character arc that I gave him in my stupid fan comic, I'm like kind of attached to the guy. Although I'm sure that their version of him will be 1,000 times different than anything I kind of envisioned him as. Thanks, man. Hey, bro, whatever your exactly how your username is supposed to be pronounced, but thank you. Just kind of finishing up these unfinished little touches here and there. Okay, hey, what's up, bro? Gotcha. All right, I knew it was probably something simple like that. Sheldon, you just finished volume 3, so you just got to him. He just showed up. So I hope you enjoyed it, Sheldon. I mean, it'd be funny if you were like, Rob, these actually fucking suck, my dude. How do I tell you that? But yeah, those first 3 books that you just got to the end of the 3, those were the original initial story that I always come up with, and kind of just intended it to end there, and sort of wrapped up things. But as I kept thinking about it, I'm like, no, there's more story to tell. What about this? Tried to imply like everything's not perfect. How does someone go through all the shit that He-Man did? And then how do you come back from that? Can you even come back from that? Mello, you're asking me how much time did I take between volumes 1, 2, and 3, and then 4, 5, 6? Is that what you mean? Sheldon, after getting past the shock of volume 1, it's entertaining. I really like seeing the artistic development. I appreciate it. Yeah, again, volume 1 is just very, very violent, but I tried to write the fallout of all of that and what would that mean.
Important thing is,
Shotgun Scream, I kind of initially was going to. I come up with all these stories with these He-Man characters, and I'm like, I should just make my own characters and tell these stories. But I can't tell the same story with alternate other characters because they're not the same characters. And I did create some alternate versions that I was going to do, but eventually I was just like, I want to tell the He-Man story. It was just too ingrained in my head. I just had to do it. I didn't want to tell a story of a guy that was like He-Man. Like, I wanted to do the He-Man story. And so I just started it kind of on a random whim and just kept going. And I'm like, well, I've committed to it. I'm going to keep going until I'm done. So, now I've mentioned this before, but I do have ideas to continue the story, the He-Man fan comic, but where the characters end up in an alternate dimension. It sounds cliche, but it works in my head. And they get changed, and I start new stories from there. And it would be a fresh start for anybody reading. But if you've read the He-Man fan comics, you know who these people are and where they came from. So Mello, actually, I went straight into him instantly. There was no delay. Um, from finishing the first 3 volumes, because I had started the first book years and years ago, right? And I knew where I was going to go. But then I put the drawing that comic on hold to do some work for some indie publishers. And then my divorce happened, my marriage started falling apart. And so I had a lot of time to think in my head. So when I initially come up with the original story for the first 3 volumes, it was kind of just going to end. But due to a whole bunch of various delays in my life, I was able to kind of craft the remaining parts of the story. So then, once my divorce was final and I'm out on my own, living by myself, and I started putting together the books, because I had basically volume 1 all done for years at that point, and volume 2 like 90% done, and volume 3 like 50% done. I just started going and finishing them. But then by that point, I had already worked out in my head what the stories were going to be for the rest of it. And so I just went straight into it, like no delay. Boom, off we go. So by the time I started printing them up and making them available for people to buy, I had already worked everything out.
Wintertime weekend in Evanston, Wyoming. So much to do, so much fun, so quick to get.
Sheldon, yeah, I think it took me getting over what my He-Man would do isn't how other people see him. And I get that. Yeah, I mean, and I didn't want to make it seem like this is the best case scenario. This is what He-Man should do or could do or would do. But in this universe, this is what happened, and these such unbelievably horrible things happened to him that he just lost it. And then it was like a whole play up on what happens when someone has that much power and they lose their mind and they just go absolutely out of control. I don't like seeing the fall of a hero, but that was kind of a major point in like the whole idea of like, this sucks. I tried to at least make it feel kind of validating on some level as to why He-Man lost his shit so completely and totally. Because Skeletor had to do something so horrible, just so unbelievably over the top, that not even He-Man predicted or could have imagined that this would have happened. So yeah, I know it gets really dark, but well, it's done. I can't back out of it now. And I tried to give it some, he had to sit and suffer and acknowledge his pain, that he was suffering. He had to have his father come speak to him, and it's his father talking to him that finally gave him permission for himself to forgive himself and move on and move forward. No, the hooks were in. Yeah, the exposition in volume 3 is really good for what took place. Yeah, it was basically a whole like, this needs to explain how he's going to get out of that, at least on some level. He had to sit in the fire until the fire died down. That's exactly how I put it for myself. That my divorce influenced my thoughts on it because that's what I felt like. I've said before, like I'm on fire and I'm burning and I can't get away from it and I can't drink it away. I can't do drugs. None of this will make it go away. I'm on fire and it's not going to stop until it just burns itself out on its own. So I have to sit here and go through it. And eventually, things get better. But unfortunately, things are never the same ever again. But that's just how it is, right? You're gonna do a He-Man drawing tomorrow, and now you're going to add my redesign. You mean the burned out version? The what's that movie? The Liam Neeson, the Dark Man version? Poor He-Man never deserved all of that. And I also tried to put in there, I mean, I didn't try, I did, whether it came across the way I meant it. It's like no one, even the people that were close to him, even trusted him anymore. You want Paul Rudd to play Lion-O? Where's that idea come from? Well, Sheldon, Lionel's, I mean, he's a teenager in mind. I'm not sure how old his physical body was supposed to be as far as the cartoon was concerned. But he was a grown man physically. I like how even in the Thundercats cartoon, they addressed it. They said he grew in body, but he did not grow up. He missed those firsthand experiences, which through one matures. Like they literally said shit like that. So he was a teenager in his head, in his mind, because he hadn't grown up and lived life. It's Jenny. Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate that very much. But yeah, Sheldon, I'm curious to kind of know what you think as you read the subsequent volumes and see where the story goes from there, and if it all comes together in some fashion. Let's see. Let's see.
Are you guys here for the halftime show?
No, no. We're here to help people customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
God, I'm so sick of these.
The emu has a name. Only
These are characters from Masters of the Universe, He-Man. I did if you had heard us chit chat, and I did a 6-volume, like 6 graphic novel fan comic of the whole He-Man world, just because I wanted to. And this is a redraw of cover to issue 4 because I looked at the original one that I did just recently and I thought it looked just awful. I'm like, I've got to redraw it just for my own sanity. So Fisto, Trapjaw, Strongarm, Jitsu, and She-Ra over here. Yeah, I just decided one day I'm like, I'm going to spend years making 6 graphic novels on these characters that I don't own and I can never do anything with. But I wasn't doing anything else with my comic drawing time, and I'm like, I have a story I want to tell, and by God, I'm going to do it. And years later, I did the whole thing. almost at the end of this. DJ Blaze, what's up? How are you? How am I so talented? I don't know that I'm talented. I just spend a lot of time drawing and just trying to get better. I'm just kind of nitpicking it to pieces. Like, what am I missing? I became talented overnight. I just won't tell people how. Well, you have to sell your soul to the devil. Remember that episode of The Simpsons where Homer was like, I'd sell my soul to the devil for a donut, and then suddenly, hi to Leonorino. He's like, Flanders? Like, it's always the person you never think would be it. It's like, would you sell your soul to be a great comic artist? I'm like, maybe. I wouldn't. I wouldn't sell my soul. Yeah, you remember that one? I was actually telling a friend of mine about it recently, and she's like, I don't know that episode. I'm like, here, watch. And Homer ends up in hell in the ironic punishment division, where there's like, oh, you like donuts, do you? Well, have all the donuts you want. They just strap him into a machine and just start force feeding like 10 donuts at a time into his face. And he's like, more, please. More, please. Till eventually he eats all the donuts in hell. They're like, we don't get it. This isn't how this is supposed to go. You know, I've actually watched very little Futurama. It never quite connected with me. It never was something that I really got. I mean, I've seen bits and pieces, and there's some stuff that has made me laugh, like no doubt. But yeah, yeah, Homer don't mind eating too many donuts. Yeah, he's just like hop, 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 hop. He's like, more, please.
Never seen anything like it.
Christopher Johnson, thank you. Have I ever read Framed Ink? No, I have no idea what that is. WD Tran 2001. Thank you.
Evil thieves and beggars, never shall we die. No sun had died in summer land, another sail on the sea.
Been a long time since you heard this song, the Hoist the Colors. Yeah, I love this song, man. I never heard it in Pirates of the Caribbean because I didn't watch that far into it. But when I heard this song just randomly perusing YouTube, I was like, oh my God. Shotgun Scream. I'll have to look it up. Yeah, no, I appreciate that.
Thieves and beggars, never shall we die. All together, hoist the colors high. Thieves and beggars, never shall we die. The bear has been released from its lonely grave to hear its sepulchral tone. We call to all, hey, heed the squall, and turn yourselves toward home. Yo, hoist the colors high. Evil thieves and beggars, never shall we die. Yo, all together, hoist the colors high. Thieves and beggars, never shall we die.
Christopher, you do your own comic book company and characters? Awesome. Sheldon, you lost me. I don't know what we're talking about. Just suddenly you said, yeah, I'm scrolling back. Suddenly you say, and martial arts and Sasquatch. If not a Sasquatch, a big hairy dude for sure. Kind of got lost. I'm not sure what we're talking about. It must have. Yeah, I didn't see anything before that. So I was like, wait, what? Stupid YouTube. Christopher, coming soon. You're working on it's a dream of yours. So yeah, if you're making comics, hell yeah. I'm a huge advocate and supporter of telling people like make the thing. You can only find yourself in a happier position by making the thing you've dreamed about, even if it doesn't end up being as good as you wish that it was because you wish that you were better than you are. At least you did it. And it puts you way, way far ahead of so many other people who say they're going to do it and never do. I mean, I feel bad saying this, but I've got a buddy of mine. I've known him since we were 16 years old, and we're both 49 this year. And he's putting up more stuff on his social medias about his new attempt to make this story. And he's renamed it for the 100th time. He's redesigned the characters for the thousandth time. And he's been trying to perfect this idea since 1993. And he's still never made one fucking thing. And he's crazy awesome at his art. But I'm just like, I just want to yell at him. I'm like, man, stop talking about it. Stop redesigning it. Stop lore building. Stop making excuses. Just make the thing and keep going. It's like, we're going to turn 50 and you haven't made shit. And now I've never said this to him, and I probably never will. He's just too much of a perfectionist. I've talked about perfectionist paralysis, and just some people just cannot and will not move forward and make the thing. Meanwhile, I'm over here 6 volumes deep in a graphic novel on a story I had to tell. And is it perfect? Absolutely not. But am I proud of it? Kind of. Because I made it and I did it and I got most of the ideas across that were important to me. So I'm like, make your book. Stop waiting. Go, go, go. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. There's no promise for tomorrow. Oh shit, Sheldon. Rob has a comic book coming out soon that has sword fights, guns, boobs, and a dick in a jar. Subscribe and stay tuned. Thank you, Sheldon. You're my hype man. it has more than boobs. It's very adult. Yeah. We say this. Don't let perfect get in the way of good. Just make it. Just make it. Because I'm like, I've been watching this man for the past 3 decades put up variations of the same promo. I'm going to make this comic. And I've been waiting my whole life to tell this story. And I'm finally in a place. And I'm like, yeah, you've been saying it since we graduated high school in 1995. Like, I'm done listening. Like, make it or shit or get off the pot, my friend. Shit or get off the pot, please. Because I keep going back to that line in Star Trek where he said, it's become very much aware to me that there are fewer days ahead than there are behind. And I do not like that idea. But the clock keeps a ticking, so make. Create. Make the stuff. Go. Don't wait. It'll never be perfect. That's the thing. If you're waiting to make it perfect, it will never be. But it might be perfect to somebody else just the way it is. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Yeah, Christopher Johnson. Yeah, just make it, man. Like Sheldon, right here in the comments, he made a book. He's working on the second volume, and he's got the first one in my hands, so it's going to be on the channel here eventually. I'll show it. In fact, it's kind of one of my big things I do on the channel. If you make a book, I can almost guarantee you I'll spotlight it on my channel. If you want to have it seen, I can show it, but you have to make it. Yeah, right, Sheldon. One caveat. You got to make it. That is exactly true. And in a way, I know that from what people have told me, I've helped motivate people to make their stuff. And I am not saying that to kiss my own ass, but I say that with a certain amount of like, I feel good knowing that I've kind of helped some people get motivated to make their stuff. Like, great. What more could I ask? Yeah, Shotgun. This is, if you were asking me to name a Cure song, this is probably the only one that I could name because it was in The Crow. But I love it, man. Yeah, Christopher, just do it, man. Again, it'll never be perfect. You'll look at it and, you might get done and go, all right, I did pretty good. But then a little while later, you look at what you did and you might be like, I could do so much better. But guess what? You just keep going and you will do better, but you have to get moving. You know what, Adam? We were just talking about a little bit ago about the trailer, and I was talking with a couple of friends at work, and they're like, you should do a reaction video to the He-Man thing. And I kind of stopped, and I was like, that never even occurred to me. Never even crossed my mind. And I'm like, me of all people who spent a lot of time making a fan comic. So I might try to put together something this weekend and do exactly that. Yeah, Shotgun, you remember drawing comics late into the night, listening to the Crow soundtrack over and over again? Dude, I used to do the same thing. I had that Crow soundtrack. I'm drawing comics. I'm listening to that as one of the things on regular rotation on CD. Yeah, Adam. Yeah. Yeah, Fisto's in there. We see a close-up of his face and his gauntlet, and then he does like a super uppercut. Yeah, I was talking about that just a little bit ago. I'm like, oh, it was kind of neat to see him because I wrote him into my stories so prominently. I kind of feel a connection to the guy. And I was like, it'll probably make him so different from what I want him to be. But then I started going off into fantasy land in my own little head. And I'm like, what if they threw in a little bit of a thing that was exactly the same as what I did with the character, like just a microscopic hint? I'd be like, oh my God, what if somebody read my fan comic and threw in a little element? What if they were ripping me off? I would actually be ecstatic. That would be awesome. But that's Rob living in Fantasyland. I'm not stupid. Adam, you used to drive around with your buddy who had a car before you did, listen to the Crow soundtrack. Yep. I didn't love every song on it, but I liked a lot of songs on it. Some of them I really liked. Let me see if I can find the one that I always really liked. God, I have no idea. Yeah, The Big Empty 1,000 times over. Yeah, it's one of the few things we had to listen to. Yeah, when we all had CDs and then we only had a couple of them sometimes. I think this is the one that I really like. Yeah, here we go. This opening. Yeah, shotgun. Hey, birdie. Hey, birdie, birdie. It's a squaw. Yeah, the big CD collections and everyone's visors are under the seat. You know what, Sheldon? You mentioned that? Hold on. I think I got it right here. Oh. I can't bring myself to throw it away or get rid of it. Let me set this back. I've got this sitting under my desk. How about that? Let's see what the hell I've got in here. There's going to be a lot of soundtracks to movies. Okay, I got Disturbed. Nerd. I don't even remember what the hell was on that. 50 Cent. Somebody burned some Eminem for me. Let's see. The Beavis and Butthead Do America soundtrack. Digital Underground. D12. The Nightmare Before Christmas. Coolio. Kid Rock. Beastie Boys. A lot of burned CDs. More burned Eminem. Oasis. The soundtrack from one of the first couple of seasons of Smallville. Fieldy's Dreams. I bet you most of you don't even know what that is. Al Green's Greatest Hits. The Transformers animated movie. The Best of Blues of B.B. King. Yeah, 50 Cent. Nerd is a Pharrell Williams song, one from Affleck Daredevil movie. Limp Bizkit, R&B mix. There's the second Crow movie soundtrack right there. God damn. It's got a little scratches on it. Creedence Clearwater, Tupac Resurrection, Bon Jovi, Boys to Men, more Limp Bizkit. Yes, Sheldon, you know what's up. And Shotgun, Pulp Fiction got me into Al Green. Same. And I ended up listening to Al Green's like best hits for years. Who remembers this one? Anybody remember the CD that looks like a titty? It's literally a nipple and it says, attention, insert tongue into circular opening to stimulate nipple. Who knows what CD this is?
As far as the
But yeah, Sheldon, Philly, the Corn bassist. Yep. Nope, Sheldon, not Blink 182. It'll make sense if when you hear who it is. Waiting to see if anybody else. Not Everclear. Nope. It's the Bloodhound Gang. Sorry, what else the hell I got in here? Adam, of course. The Sneaker Pimps, Blue Man Group, Kitty, the first album they ever did. Kind of an indie singer, Marie Digby. She did a song in Smallville that I really liked. Sheldon, yeah, I would have got them eventually. Lenny Kravitz, Greatest Hits, Eminem, The Eminem Show, Adema, the Blade soundtrack. Is that the first one? I actually don't remember. Remember when music was almost like a work of art and the CDs were all about how cool the shit looked? What the hell is this one from? First, second, third? I don't even know anymore. Yeah, the first Kitty album was great. I agree. They've done a couple of songs since that I kind of liked. God, I don't even... Oh, Guns N' Roses' Greatest Hits. Jessica would love that. What the hell? I think this is a Korn album. I'm trying to... Yeah. Korn's later albums got significantly less interesting. Dishwalla, Opaline. Oh my God, I forgot about them. Yeah, Sheldon. Adema's lead singer was Jonathan. I think it's Jonathan Davis's half brother. Shotgun. You ain't got any En Vogue in there? I might, my dude. I actually might. I have completely forgot about this CD. Dishwalla and Opaline. I gotta put that on. I gotta. Dishwalla. Yeah, I don't remember anything about these guys, but I bought the album, so I gotta remind myself. The Metallica Black Album,
unforgettable holiday.
Korn's Greatest Hits, Korn, See You on the Other Side, Korn, Untouchables, Korn, Take a Look in the Mirror. I was into Korn. Michael Jackson's number ones, Korn Issues, Korn. God, I don't even remember what that is. When that Ray Charles movie came out with what's his name? What's the actor that portrayed him? I got into Ray Charles music so big. I mean, look, I got Ray the movie, more music from Ray Charles, Georgia on My Mind. Ray, the jazz biography. Jamie Foxx, yeah. Yeah, I was collecting Ray Charles everything. More Ray Charles over here. Korn Unplugged. Holy shit. Who remembers this? This is a 90s staple. Remember this one? Who can name this girl? Fiona Apple. That is right. And then Stone Temple Pilots. I do not know what the hell this one is. It says 1959 on it. Somebody recorded that for me, and I don't know what's on it. Linkin Park, Hybrid Theory. Nightmare Before Christmas Revisited. Doo-wop Classics. Jesus Christ. More Korn. Take a look in the mirror. Korn Live at Somewhere. More Burned M&Ms. Burned M&Ms. Soundtracks to The Aviator, the movie. I really loved that movie. The soundtracks were not very good. Huey Lewis and the News. Lenny Kravitz 5. I love that album. That one is on replay so much. Otis Redding. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Yeah, Shotgun Scream, Aviator. I love that movie. That's the movie that made me love Leonardo DiCaprio in the right role. Mos Def, Marilyn Manson, more Ray Charles. There's Brandy. I actually got that one for free, so it's in there. Aerosmith, Big Ones. A fucking Simpsons CD. Blade 2 soundtrack. Planet Terror, Death Proof. What the hell is this? The original score to Hunt for Red October. The score to Edward Scissorhands, the score to The Neverending Story, the score to Abyss, Sin City, the music to Firefly and Serenity. The soundtrack to The Mummy, Legend, Devil's Advocate, Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey, The Fifth Element, Pearl Harbor, Forrest Gump on 2 CDs. The soundtrack to X-Men 2, Braveheart, the score to Revenge of the Sith, the Ninja Turtles, The Mask, let's see, Independence Day, Fight Club, Star Trek First Contact, End of Days, Dogma, The Mask, Titan AE. What the hell? Oh, this is I think this is the Leonardo DiCaprio Romeo and Juliet. There were a couple of really good songs on that. Dances with Wolves, Star Trek Generations, then Lord of the Rings. That's it. The Dumb and Dumber soundtrack. I actually never did get that one. God, yeah. And I remember I used to have this thing in the back seat of I had a truck. Yeah, I can't. I mean, what are you supposed to do with these? You don't use them anymore. I don't even know if I have a CD player anywhere, but I can't bring myself to throw them away. But why would I? But what do? Just keep them until I die, and maybe my kids will find them interesting and have some insight into what their daddy used to like to listen to. God, this song, I used to love this. Yeah, Eminem and Incubus on the End of Days. Yeah, it's fun to run into guys that remember all these random weird things that we used to like. Yeah, Lord of the Rings. It's like some of the best music ever made. Demon Knight. That's another one I don't have, but I know some of the songs on there I really liked. Yeah. So I just have it parked under my desk over here where my laptop is at because I just needed to put it somewhere when I moved in here. And it's like it used to be like precious cargo, and now it's just dead weight, like myself. God, I used to love this song. I haven't heard it in years. This is the last time that I'm ever gonna give in tonight. Other angels or devils crawling, yeah. I just wanna know what is clear to see. But I like to see the baby. Destina, how are you? See the love. Fighting all the demons will take time. It will take time. The angels they burn inside for us. And all we ever, Sheldon, I think this song was on Smallville. Smallville actually introduced me to several songs that I really liked for a long time. But yeah, Dishwalla, called Angels or Devils. Yeah, I used to listen to this all the time. And then I haven't thought of him in years, decades almost. I know what I'm going to be listening to tomorrow at work. I usually have long stretches of time where I'm kind of by myself and I can listen to whatever the hell I want. And now that I've looked through all that old music of mine, I'm like, I want to listen to that again, dang it. I need to save this. To save this playlist so I don't forget. You know, another one I got thinking of.
I let the beats into
Book of Eli had a cool soundtrack. I don't think I've heard any of that I'm aware of.
Your V6 powered Nissan Frontier catch 600 pounds of cargo.
I haven't heard anything about K-pop Demon Hunters. I don't know anything about it except that it's out there and it's popular. So, no, I don't really know anything about it. I just heard everyone seems to really love it.
On the fly. Not that you would, but you could. Nissan, number one in new vehicle quality.
Was it as good as everyone says it is? I'll be singing K-pop songs after I watch it. I'll have to. I mean, I don't even know where can you even find it. I mean, it doesn't look like anything I give a shit about in the slightest, but that doesn't mean anything because I haven't seen it, so I don't know anything about it, so I can't speak on it.
I need to be redeemed to the one I'm singing. All these are
K-pop is this year's Squid Games. Oh, is it on Netflix? I don't have Netflix anymore, but my roommate does, so I can pretty sure I can get on her account and see, give it a shot. Is it okay for kids? Like, can I let my 13-year-old and 10-year-old watch it and see if they're into it? Okay, it's great for kids. Okay, good. Well, I got my kids this weekend. Maybe I'll see if I can't find it and watch. I'll try and put it on. They'll be like, yeah, Dad, we've already seen it. It's awesome. Little shits.
Let me know the way. Before they count on me. Give me room to lay the law. Let me go. I gotta make a play to make my love stay. So what will angels say? The devil wants to know.
Walter White. Say my name. You're goddamn right. Man, Fiona Apple could sing. Like, holy shit, was she good. She put, like, people like Britney Spears to shame. Yeah, it's been a minute since I watched Breaking Bad. I watched it through all the way once, and man, did I love it. One of these days, I'm going to do a full rewatch of it. Cat? Oh, it says, please help me. At first I thought it said, piss help me. I was like, oh, that's a weird way to phrase a thing. What do you do for artist block? I don't know that I have an answer to that because I've experienced it big time. And honestly, I discovered all I can do is just wait it out. I tried to force it and it just never worked. So, I mean, it depends on what kind of art you're doing and what your goals are. But I mean, look at art that inspires you. That usually helps get the juices flowing, I would think. But I had a stretch where I didn't draw for like 4 months. It wasn't there. It was just gone. Nothing happened to set it off in me. It was just the desire to draw vanished. And I don't know what happened, but I just eventually just waited it out and then it went away. No, Ken, I know you didn't mean that. I just saw it at a glance and I thought it said piss. It made me laugh. Um, Southside, this song used to be in every Carson Perry Scott store back in the day. Yeah, Sheldon, I couldn't do anything. I would sit down and make myself draw, and the art that I would do was kind of okay, but I didn't want to do it. I don't know what it was. Um, Jeremy says, "How much does it cost for you to draw something for someone?" It depends on what someone wants. Like I don't have like a set rate for a commission. It depends on a conversation of what do you want and when do you want it. And then I'll decide if it's worth it for me to stop what I'm doing to do a thing. So yeah, it just depends. Because I don't make a living on commissions. I'm not really interested in it. Um, exactly. I mean, for the right amount of money, I will stop anything. But I'm just more interested in just doing my own stuff and getting it done. But I would do a commission. Kat, well, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Thanks for stopping in. Commercials.
AJ Brown is a football star, but he also has Geico like a regular person, so we had one translate.
Taking a mentorship is also a good way to break the art block. You're down and out and took a class with an amazing artist and leveled up. That makes sense. Peter, hey man, how are you? Thanks. I'm kind of basically done with it. I'm just kind of noodling around with it, just probably overthinking and overworking little elements here and there. And I should just be done with it. But Jeremy, I mean, I have a Facebook page, I have an Instagram page, I have my YouTube page, I have a Discord that people can join and hook up with artists, and there's a lot of fun going on over there. Jeremy, my Facebook is just the same thing as my name, as my YouTube channel. It's just my name. Facebook is more of like just a social connection thing. I post art, but it's because it cross posts from Instagram when I post there. Lots of prodigy artists on my, yeah, there's a lot of really, really good people over there doing a lot of really neat stuff. There's been some collaborations and people kind of working together. Some people have even met up, got to know each other. So it's fun. It's neat that people are kind of making connections.
The new Peppercorn Ranch Chicken Protein Pocket from Subway. Grilled chicken, pickles, lettuce, tomato, and peppercorn ranch with 24 grams of protein. With the shocking part is the price. Hope you're sitting down. $3.99. Subway Protein Pockets. Eat fresh, feel good.
Yeah, Sheldon, it's late here too. I'm gonna have to jump off and get to bed. I don't want to, but I'm gonna have to get up and go to work in the morning. Yeah, I think I'm just overworking this thing to death. I just need to be done, set it aside, glance at it again tomorrow. But I think it's basically done. Now that I've redrawn it, it's the old cover to my volume 4 of my fan comic, but I just was like, oh, it looked so awful. I just was looking at it closely recently. I'm like, what the hell was I doing? I kind of like all the other covers, but this one I was like, I got to redo it. And here we are.
AAA Auto Insurance has been ranked #1 for auto insurance customer satisfaction in the Southwest.
Let's see. What else do I got sitting around that I need to finish up sometime here? Let's see. It's a Supergirl. Oh yeah, that's something I could finish up later.
Don't you know hard time? Can you see the hard time? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I gotta finish up this one for the book.
You know a hard time.
The drawing of Spread Eagle.
Seem like the here to stay. Hard time, hard time.
God, I forgot I even did this one.
Oh, boy.
It was only a couple of months ago that I did it, but I completely forgot that I did this stupid thing.
I ain't got no shoes on. You know my clothes is very thin. I ain't got no shoes on my feet. You know my clothes on wearing is very thin.
You know what's hard to do is throw big, long ink stroke lines with any kind of line weight. What a pain in the ass that is.
Don't know what I'm going to do.
That's hard.
Hard time, hard time.
It's hard times.
Oh boy, you get me down. Don't you know hard time, hard time?
What, the girl?
Oh boy, you get me down.
This is Spread Eagle. It's gonna be a parody ad in the book, in the back of the book, to like play up the 90s bad girl trend. But it's gonna be have like text all over it of like coming soon, you know. I had a tagline, I kind of forgot it. It's gonna be something like shot from the heavens like a celestial ejaculate all over the bosom of criminals. Something like that.
You're in prime for my son. You ain't got no food on the plate.
Coming soon. And then this is going to be probably a joke ad for my old original characters I come up with when I was like a early teenager. It's just awful. This is an ad for the assholes. It's Stink Shoot and Brown Star. They are the assholes. Sheldon, a tagline that's right on the nose. Like literally. But I mean, I come up with this idea for my book. I'm going to kickstart it. I'm going to have all the art in it. And some of you who are here that are listening have probably heard this. But like, I want to have it read like a comic from a company where you're reading the story and then there's an ad for a comic book in it. Like whenever you read an Extreme Studios or a Wildstorm or a Top Cow, there's an ad for a new book coming out. So they're going to be ads. And most of them are shit that's never going to exist, but it's just funny. So they're joke ads. And then there's going to be a couple that are actually for books that are coming out. Like Mitch wanted to put one of his ads for his book in it. And then my buddy Jason's going to put an ad for his book in it. So I think it's just going to be funny. Yeah, Peter, we'll have to get you on my Discord. I'm pretty sure there's a link to it on my YouTube page here. There should be. But yeah, the assholes. Again, Stink Shoot. He's also got a skunk theme, hence stink and guns, and Brown Star. He's a ninja. He's a black guy. But I just come up with the stupidest verbal puns. Yeah, the a-holes. This is going to be in the book at the back. This is kind of like sort of a homage to like an X-Men #1. There was Things to Come. That Jim Lee had for future stories. That's kind of what this is. Characters and stuff that'll show up in the books later. So we got Commander Max, we got Bo Bitch, we got Red Coyote, we got Kill Snap, we have War Rock. This is a Dollface. And then these are ninjas. They're called the Norsemen. Norse, N-O-R-S-E. It stands for Ninjas of Ridiculous Size Everywhere. They're like magical ninjas, and they're going to be like little teeny tiny 1 foot tall guys, and then like 50 foot tall fuckers, all dressed the same. Ninjas. But they're the Norsemen. It's stupid, which is why I'm doing it. And then some of the bad guys. Kill Snap, War Whore, Tumor, and Laser Fag. Same guys again. Same guys again. I just keep doing these. I really like drawing these characters. There's the first drawing I did of War Whore. There she is again. And some pages for the book that I might actually jettison and redo. I might keep this first one, but I don't know. I don't think I have a place for these. Kind of rethinking the whole thing. That's all of those. Where's the thing I'm looking for, though? I've got a very specific thing I'm looking for. Like blue line, like initial sketch stuff. Oh, yeah. Fisto. The first drawing I tried of the spread eagle, but I didn't like it, so I redid it. Why are these all backwards?
We've got this for eczema. U.S. Olympic.
Oh. It's a drawing from my kids. Yeah, well, she has like a liquid metal coating body. It's like a sheathing like Wetworks, so she uses it to stretch and flex. The spread eagle, what didn't I like about it? I didn't like the drawing of the figure as much as I liked the redo of it. And I kind of fucked up her face, and I don't hate it, but I don't love it. And I like the other one way better. Let me unbury it here. I just had it. Oh yeah, duh. I kind of like that drawing better. It's not done, but yeah, Jeremy, I don't know. You got to hit me up separately. We got to talk money if you want me to do a commission, but I'm not gonna just do it just cause. So, but yeah, I mean, again, I like the white spray paint effect, but and then yeah, the hair kind of fly. I was trying to do like an old school Jay Lee thing, and I failed. So I went back to a more solid-ish drawing. I don't know. Just figure drawings. Oh yeah, this one I was taking a lot of time on. I was just putting in all this microscopic ink line detail with the finest line I could kind of come up with to do this twisted bonsai tree. Just kind of stuff I'd never done before. Then the brush effects on the eagle's body there. Yeah, maybe it's the boobs. It might be. Maybe it's the boobs. The toidles. How about that? Yeah, this is an original from artist Renee DeLise. She's drawn Wonder Woman for DC Comics. And I was able to buy the original off her about a year, 2 years ago, something like that. God, I forgot about it. I had this thing I need to ink. I'll probably be inking this on a live stream here real soon. Thanks. Hey, what's up, bro? Thanks for stopping in, man. Sheldon, how did I get her to draw that? That original? God, here's a this is a page in like a kind of like a redraw inset panel for the fan comics. There's Jitsu sitting at a table.
Why choose the Sleepover Smart Bed?
Can it keep me warm when I'm cold?
Wait, no, I know it's not.
Sleepover better than that.
Let me find it. What the hell would I just do with it? It's right fucking here in front of me. Sheldon, if you're asking, so this, it's sort of ish a long story. Years ago, I think if the date on this is correct, this is it 2005 or 2015? Anyway, there was a website. Like, this is where me and Isaac Bell met each other, digitalwebbing.com. And she was posting on there with her husband, Ray Dillon. And me and Isaac Bell started doing an X-Men fan comic. Like, Isaac drew several pages just for fun, just to do it. And then he kind of stopped and moved on. So I started drawing the story after that just for fun. And then we got the entire website involved. And we created an X-Men fan comic. And we had like 20 artists and something like 30 pages. It was crazy. And so I reached out to Renee and I said, look, I know you're a busy girl drawing like professional comics and shit, but is there any chance I could get a sketch or something like that so we could have it for the cover? And she did. And then some colorists, they colored it and made it look really incredible. And that was something like 20 years ago. And then like last year or the year before, because this art Renee DeLise, she doesn't get on social media. She'll disappear for like a year and then pop back up randomly out of the blue. Her husband posts a little bit more often, but she was selling a bunch of original art. She was on Instagram and just showing a bunch of art that she's selling. And again, this is like last year or the year before. I want to say 2 years ago. And I sat here watching it on Instagram and I was like, wouldn't that be awesome if she threw up that Dark Phoenix that she did for me 20 years ago for that X-Men fan comic? And she did. She says, yep, I got this Dark Phoenix. I bet she forgets what the hell it was even for. It was so long ago. And so I messaged her and I said, I need that Dark Phoenix. How much? And I think she only asked $50 for it. And I'm like, considering the significance of what this meant for me at the time, and to get a piece of artwork from the original, an original artist, I had to get it. And so I got it. And she's really good. Like the swirling energy around her. I love the sash around her waist and the folds coming forward. And then like the heavier pencil line that she puts on it to give it some weight to bring it forward. Yeah. But yeah, that's her signature. I guess it says 1/5. I mean, I'm guessing. So I want to say 2005. I just have a hard time believing it's been that long ago. But I mean, I think it is. So anyway. Yeah, that's where this came from. One of the few pieces of original artwork that I own from somebody else. Though I could say I own some from Mr. Mello. I don't know if he's still in the chat. I should go snag those. I got him in the other room. I'm gonna go grab them real quick. But yeah, yeah, it was really neat. Just something that she offered to do. I even practiced inking it. No, obviously not on the original. And I did a really shitty job, but then a bunch of people colored it up and it looked really awesome. And then to get the original work in my hands, like 2 decades later, was like, oh my God, I gotta have it. Hold on, let me run into the other room real quick. I'll be 2 seconds. So yeah, Mr. Marvin Mello, he told me he was sending me a piece of artwork, but he sent me 2. He drew my character, one of the main guys, the Cable homage ripoff guy, and he did it based on a Liefeld X-Force cover. He does full-on painting. And this looks awesome. But not only that, he did this one. He found this template of some type. And so he did this awesome, like, giant size Maximum Norton Comics Group, 68 big pages, and did like an ink drawing rather than a full-on painting, and some ink wash on it. Yeah, right? Hell yeah. I think it's so awesome. And I love this like stuff around it to make it look like an official like piece of artwork from like the way that they're actually done. And he even went out of his way to do the Norton Comics Group. There's approval of the Comics Code Authority and giant size max. Like, I love it. So yeah, Mr. Mello. I don't know if he's still on the chat. He probably would have chimed in. He might have had to bounce, but these are great. Trash Kitty, thanks. The ones we're looking at here, these aren't mine. This one's mine, and a bunch of the stuff I just showed periodically, if you were watching for a second, is mine. Peter, thank you. Yeah, I'm just a humble little peon over here, just trying to make comics with the big dogs that hopefully are interesting to people. But yeah, just holding this piece of artwork that he did. There's his signature. Melvin Mello Marino gouache on acrylic paper. Of course, he's got fantastic handwriting. My handwriting is ass. Yeah, just good times. Barf. I do not want to go to bed because I do not want to get up and go to work, but I have to. Ugh. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to have to shut it down. I got to get to bed. But thanks, Trash Kitty. But yeah, Melvin did these awesome things. These really, really fantastic pieces. And they'll end up, at minimum, a pinup. If not a cover or a back cover. Okay, I am gonna get out of here. I gotta go to bed. I'm done. I'm done. All right, I will catch you all later. Thanks, guys. Sheldon, Peter, whoever else might be hanging out. It's a fun night. I'm definitely going to be back on tomorrow. Well, at least this weekend, but I'm pretty sure tomorrow. So, all right, guys.